Hello, 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 Hope Crew family. Hello, YouTube. I have the bad camera on tonight and just a very bright shirt because I have a little story I want to tell you. I've been trying to think about how to do this, and I think the best thing to do is just to tell you the story with a little setup as to why I'm telling you the story. I'm seeing a lot of videos that are reinforcing isolationist racism. There are groups of people talking about other groups of people, telling them how they should do things and what they should do and when they should do it. We had white women telling black women what to do. We had black women telling white women what to do. We've got white men telling white women what to do. We've got white men. We've got white women. You see what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to look. They've already done it. The division's already been made. Now, you don't know who somebody voted for based on their skin color. And if you don't understand that, then you don't understand the difference between statistical probability and truth. 9 out of 10 people might have done something to you who have brown hair. But if you meet me on the street, I'm probably not one of those people. So there's a lot going on right now. And I grew up in the South. I had said before I'm from North Carolina. I was so stupid. Any of that video, don't watch the video, it's stupid. But anyway, I grew up in the South and I've experienced heavy, heavy racism. And I like to say that I try not to be racist, but sometimes I don't like white people very much. And so that is my experience, and that's how I've lived my life. As I was growing up, the closest neighbors in 2 directions to me were black families, and those were the children I played with. And the neighborhood I lived in was way out in the country. So there was definitely a class distinction, but not a race distinction. But we were also poor, so I didn't get so much of that benefit. Anyway, it's not the story I wanted to share. What I wanted to say to you is that I have a history of working hard to understand critical race theory. I have worked very hard to absorb the anger that is sometimes directed at me because I'm a white woman who is an ally to various groups. And so I just absorb that. It's okay. I understand we are living in terrible times. But what I want to say is that I've had so many experiences in my life, and one of them, the one that I actually came to talk about tonight, I was living in Syracuse, New York. And a friend of mine stopped by my apartment early, I don't know, it was probably a Sunday morning, I think. And he brought a guy with him, and he said, look, there's this guy I want you to meet. They've been hanging out together all morning. I think they've been drinking all night. And so this guy, I don't know, he was probably just about, I don't even know how old he was. He was quite old, actually, when I think about it. He was quite older. And so they came by, and so this guy had worked with the Black Panther Party in New York. He was older than me. I haven't really thought about how old he was. But he had been responsible as a young man when he was growing up in New York. His job with the party was to take the Molotov cocktails that the grown-ups had made, and his job was to take those things and throw them in through the windows of the white-owned businesses in the New York neighborhoods. And he said he was doing this from the time he was 10 or 11, and after we knew each other for a little while, I believed him. So we talked, I don't know, maybe not a, maybe an hour 15, something like that. And he asked me out. He wanted to take me out. Well, whatever out means when a man on a Sunday morning who's been drinking all night approaches you on your porch in the morning. And I looked at him and I said, the only good reason a member of the Black Panther Party would ever date a white woman is so they could have somebody close by to kill when the revolution comes. And he looked at me and he kind of stepped back and he said, damn, bitch. And then he kept saying, bitch, damn, bitch. And he just kept doing that. And he did that for 4 or 5 minutes. And then he came back at me and he said, let me tell you something. When I was in the party in New York, and the leaders of the party would come in, and they would yell out when they came through the door into a black club, they would say, all you N-words fall in line. He said, not everybody who got up was black. And not everybody who was black got up. And that's what he said to me. Not my words. Very important to remember. Let's not play into Russian propaganda, Chinese propaganda. Let's keep our allies. Let's value our allies. Let's remember we're the most diverse country in the world. Hold that. Keep the faith. Keep hoping. Questions, comments, wild screams of protest, as always, in the comments. My mother says she loves everybody. Love you, she would say. Peace out. Be free.